guys, welcome to our tea time. I do have my tea again this week. I did good. I brewed before I recorded, and happy to be with you again this week. First week back to school, and so that's our topic for the week. It's my first week teaching, although my kids don't go back until after Labor Day. We start back late here because the kids go until late June around here. That's just the tradition for whatever reason. So we're gearing up for that, and I'm all weepy because Anne's going to pre-K this year, and she hasn't been in any kind of a formalized setting like that before. So, I'm a little sad because she's my baby. Henry's going into 5th grade, so how did that happen? Just very quickly. And they're going to be at different schools this year because the municipality that we live in has a free universal pre-K program. It's only a half day, and I thought that was a nice way to kind of transition her since she's not used to that. So she's going to the public school for this year. Henry's at the Catholic school, and that's closest to us. And for kindergarten, Anne will be there too, but I think I'll feel better when they're both in the same place. I feel kind of sad that they'll be separated like that. So we'll get there. So it'll be an emotional post Labor Day at the household of the Catholic librarian. So how are things going for you? I mean, are your kids or grandkids going back to school? Have they already gone back? Or maybe September, it feels like a kind of a fresh welcome season for another reason in your life. So write in and tell me about it. So I'm going to change up the format just a little bit with these, in that I'm going to talk about our devotion or saint of the week at the outset and try to make these just a little bit shorter. So we'll see how I do. So when I was thinking about someone to ask for their intercession for my kids going back to school, I thought of St. Thomas More. I'm sure that there's somebody else that's the patron saint of students, but I think of him because he's one of my favorites. I really enjoy his story, and in terms of being a scholar and a writer, obviously he qualifies. So I have this prayer card of St. Thomas More. He's, like I said, a favorite of mine, and I remember him from my attorney days, and so I have a soft spot for him. And I got this from I'm a member of the Catholic Library Association. They sent me this last year or something when I renewed my dues. So St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, and then with a prayer for librarians on the back. She is the patron of Catholic schools. She's not officially the patron of librarians. I want to say that's St. Jerome, and I've also seen somebody else, St. Catherine of Alexandria, maybe? So it's not St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, but they chose her for their prayer card, and I liked that. And certainly she still fits being in charge of a school and being the patron of Catholic schools. So being in education, teaching. So it fits. And so thinking about her this week too, I have both of these friends in faith up on I have a memo board with just the holy cards everywhere. And I'm thinking I actually need to do another holy card order because there are a lot of others that I'd like to accumulate. And I like kind of picking off of there, the prayers that I want to, that I'm feeling inspired by for a particular saint on a given day. I like that. So I've got those. But really, for me, in terms of this week, so not yet my kids going back, it's me teaching. So somewhat at the last minute, I was asked to teach a credit-bearing course that the library offers on research and, library skills, if you will. It's kind of a strange phrase, but I think you all know what I mean by that. And so usually that's the only credit-bearing course that the library is responsible for. Usually when I'm teaching, I'm invited by a faculty member who has their own credit-bearing course to come in for a single class session and present on research. So this is different. I have taught it before, but it's been many years. So I was a little nervous about that, and it was kind of last minute because the person that was originally supposed to teach it couldn't because something else came up. So I wanted to help out, and so there I am. But I had my first class on Monday, and it went really well. I have a really nice group of students. I'm only going to be teaching them one day a week. I'm going to be team teaching with another librarian, so she has them on Wednesdays, I have them on Mondays. So it was kind of, it made me realize that sometimes I make myself anxious about things because it involves me putting myself out there a little bit, being in front of a group, just like performing, like with dance, same thing. See, you're nervous, right? Because you want to put your best foot forward and you want everybody to like you and all that. But, I don't need to put so much pressure on myself. As I've gotten older, I have gotten more and more and more and more off the cuff. I have a lesson plan, and so for this class, I'm going to have to prepare more than I do for the one session classes that I usually do. So every week it'll be a different specific lesson. So obviously there's a plan. But, in terms of the way that I go about it and what I say when I'm in the class in the moment, it's just total improvisation. And it makes me feel more relaxed, and therefore it makes the students more relaxed. And so there was a really good vibe on Monday. I could see them all kind of loosening up as our conversation dialogue went on, just an introductory class about the syllabus, and I told them a little bit about me and the class and things like that, and they were all smiling faces at the end of the class, and had some people come and talk to me after, which I always see that as a very good sign. They feel comfortable with you, and it's a good thing. So I had a good experience, and so I'll be doing that until the beginning of December every Monday, except for this coming week because it's Labor Day. So I get a week off. So I've been busy. I've been doing lots of writing, finishing things up. It's really good. So more on that to come. But I'm going to try to make these a little bit shorter. And that's my goal. And I'm hoping that I can kind of channel my chatty energy with the podcast. So the podcast is very much on my mind. I'm very excited about it. But over the next couple weeks, there's not going to be enough time. I need to focus on other writing projects. So it's in the queue, but it's going to be more of a probably October, November type of a thing. But I'm thinking I can channel my chatty energy with that, and then try to keep these videos more to like 6 or 7 minutes. So we'll see how that goes, because I am chatty and I like talking to you. So thinking that the podcast will be a good outlet for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to sign off. Let me know how your September is starting out, whether it be with school or just kind of fresh pursuits like apple picking, baking, new cooking things, or new crafts or whatever that you're up to. So write in and let me know. And I'm looking forward to talking to you guys next week. I'll see you then. Bye.